Hey guys, and welcome to my first quick view on the game Furi, made by the Game Bakers. So Furi was released last year in 2016, and within a $20 price tag, it provides you with around a 4 to 6 hour gameplay on your first run, as long as you do the regular normal difficulty, which is recommended. The gameplay mainly consists of melee and bullet hell boss fight scenes. So each boss has a melee attack and a long range attack where you usually have to use your gun. And every fight you can use your gun, your sword, or your sniper. Each boss has multiple phases, each progressively getting more difficult. And each boss also has unique attacks and unique styles and unique counters, etc. So a main problem I see with Furi is just the sort of lack of progression. Like overall it was fine, but there were a few jumps in like difficulty, or maybe even down in difficulty. Like number 4 just did not seem very good. Like relative to the first 3 bosses, I think he was super easy. But like number 7 and number 8 seemed to be super hard for me, at least. And number 9 technically was really easy, which I think was meant once you see her, you just run towards her and she'll die pretty quickly. But that was one thing that they definitely could have worked on. One thing that I hear about that I don't personally have a problem is the length of the cutscenes or walking scenes, and people complain that they're way too long, and I can understand that, but I feel like the game is spaced out pretty well, and it didn't seem like a big deal for me. I felt like it was breaths in between the very competitive and quick fights. I mean, the game is still 90% boss fights, 9% walking, and 1% killing, so it's not like it's mainly the walking scenes, it's mainly the boss fights, which is why you buy this game. But what ended up being one of my favorite parts of this game was the soundtrack. Listen to this. Another really impressive part of this game for me was the art style, and while the graphics are nowhere near revolutionary, it felt really original, and it really sort of helped immerse myself as this rider assassin character. It's not really, in this game, it's not about being like fantastically realistic, it's more about just looking good relative to the art style that they were going for. As I said earlier, I did have problems with 2 bosses that I felt were sort of out of place, and these were this one and this one, known as the Burst and the Edge. And while these weren't ridiculous bosses, I didn't feel like they were unfair. I just felt like they were overly annoying, perhaps, overall. Now, while I do agree with that statement that the bosses were sort of misordered somewhat, I don't believe that Furi is overly difficult, and I have seen articles stating that Furi is sort of the wrong kind of difficult, and I believe this is ridiculous. But some people seem to think this game is just too difficult, I guess, for the average person to beat, which to me is sort of ridiculous. I don't believe that that's true at all. Overall, though, the game is fun. 3 out of 5.